You've had this sort of long struggle with anxiety, haven't you?
Yeah, it feels like life or death.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most negative effects of celebrity that actors have experienced, as recounted by the actors themselves.
You pull back the curtain on child stardom. It is not a pretty picture.
Not as I see it, no.
Number 10, Kirsten Dunst.
It's not for everyone, but the ones that make it and like love it still, I think we're lucky that we got to start so young.
Kirsten Dunst's Hollywood career began at a young age, but her breakthrough didn't come until 1994's Interview with the Vampire. Dunst enjoyed considerable success in her teens, but that high was followed by a devastating low in her 20s.
The earth is evil. We don't need to grieve for it.
During that period, the actress suffered from depression, which she revealed was partly due to societal expectations of celebrities and her own people-pleasing nature. In 2008, she sought treatment at the Cirque Lodge Treatment Center in Utah and managed to work through her condition with the help of medication. While she admits it is difficult to talk about mental health, she believes sharing her experience is important to remind everyone that no one is immune to such struggles.
Be happy, please. If I dare, you can too. I'm happy you're happy.
Number 9, Megan Fox.
I wasn't allowed to be a human. I was a topic of conversation and gossip and punchlines.
Since her breakout with the Transformers franchise in the late 2000s, Megan Fox has been constantly scrutinized by the press. A naturally shy individual, Fox struggled to adapt to this intense media exposure.
My psychological type is not an introvert, but fame made me introverted. And if you're delicate or sensitive at all, I think it's a really hard thing to go through. And so,
in a 2009 interview with GQ, she admitted that while she always craved the spotlight, she found it incredibly overwhelming when it finally arrived. Later on in 2013, she told Esquire magazine that fame felt like being a teenager again, constantly harassed by high school jerks, but this time on a global scale. Nowadays, Fox has learned to manage the pressure and even find herself enjoying some aspects of fame.
I think I'm so much better equipped now to deal with it and to experience it in a way where I can actually enjoy some of it.
Number 8, Macaulay Culkin. Many actors spend their entire careers without ever attaining global fame. Some are lucky to do so as adults, but only a rare few manage to achieve that as children. One notable example is Macaulay Culkin. Culkin became a household name thanks to the Home Alone film series.
This is my house. I have to defend it.
However, that level of fame came at a cost. Culkin's success reportedly made his father, who was also an actor, jealous of him.
I haven't spoken to him in
really
about a quarter of a century almost.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so that's the way that goes.
Yeah, it's the way it goes. It's the way it has to be.
A bitter dispute over control of Culkin's earnings further strained their relationship, causing the actor to remove his parents' names from his trust fund. Despite facing legal and personal challenges, Culkin has managed to create a happy life for himself, even if it means staying mostly out of the spotlight.
There's so many people that I love, and to feel that love back is just amazing. So thank you.
Number 7, Natalie Portman. 1994's Leon the Professional served as Natalie Portman's breakthrough, but it sparked controversy for casting the then child actress in a film with intense sexual and violent themes. 2 years later, Portman followed that up with Beautiful Girls, playing a precocious young girl who develops feelings for an older man.
You're my new boyfriend, Willie. You up to it? Oh, I feel faint.
These roles led to the actress being sexualized early on in her career. Portman had said that this robbed her of the liberty to define her own sexuality as she grew older.
Being sexualized as a child, I think, took away from my own sexuality because it made me afraid.
To shield herself from the unwanted attention, Portman began avoiding similar roles, which was admittedly effective. However, she has stated that it left her feeling afraid to fully explore her identity at the time.
It's a game I've never played. What a delightful mind you have. I hope the rest of you is just as interesting.
No, please, you have to believe me.
Number 6, Robert Pattinson.
Fame aspect doesn't really affect me that much. I've always just found like the main thing is to kind of not be recognized.
The Twilight film series skyrocketed its lead actors into an extraordinary level of fame. For the very private Robert Pattinson, this boost was a mixed blessing. It was great for his career, but a nightmare for his personal life.
This city is a labyrinth designed to mock me. No.
inside. Get out!
The actor had to come up with creative ways to dodge the paparazzi, resorting to disguises and even hiding in car trunks. The experience made him become more paranoid, wary of new people and their potential ulterior motives.
I only said it'd be better if we weren't friends, not that I didn't want to be.
What does that mean?
It means if you were smart, you'd stay away from me.
Pattinson's aversion to the media overexposure may have influenced his decision to step back from blockbusters after the Twilight franchise came to an end, choosing instead to focus on independent films for nearly a decade. Number 5. George Clooney.
He says that he sees you attaining Harrison Ford status in the next 3 or 4 years.
I don't think anyone can attain Harrison Ford status.
Being famous brings with it wealth, access to exclusive events, and entry into influential circles, among other perks. However, for some as recognizable as George Clooney, it can also mean losing the ability to lead a normal life.
Thank you. Now, if I follow this correctly, who's that guy?
Mr. Smitrovich takes pictures for our newsletter.
Clooney has spoken openly about the limitations his fame has brought, which prevent him from enjoying everyday activities like taking a walk in Central Park. While he is grateful for the opportunity to do what he loves, he also recognizes the risks of getting too caught up in fame.
You know what your problem is?
I only have one.
You've met too many people like you.
This is probably why he and his family choose to live mainly in Italy and London, far away from the constant glare of Tinseltown. Number 4. Idris Elba. For British actor Idris Elba, the worst part of being famous is how it tends to complicate personal relationships.
Are you afraid of me?
Yes.
Why?
You know why.
In that respect, Elba has likened being a celebrity to the 1998 film The Truman Show, in which a man begins to question his reality after observing a series of strange occurrences. Similarly, Elba has found himself questioning people's intentions, especially in romantic relationships.
You know, it's a shame to let things go to waste.
You know you can give away the man's clothes, but that don't make him gone, right?
This left him paranoid about potential love interests and kept him single for a long time. Fortunately, despite his misgivings, Elba appeared to have found genuine love.
Happened to end up, as I was leaving, grabbing the door of the cab. He was like, Sabrina, where are you going? And I was like, that was it. Wow. And then that was it. It really did feel like destined.
In 2017, he began dating Canadian model Sabrina Dower, with whom he tied the knot 2 years later. Number 3. Amanda Seyfried.
I've always wanted to live on a farm. I just need to feel grounded somewhere that I can trust will always be there.
Ever since she first came to prominence with the 2014 classic Mean Girls, Amanda Seyfried has risen steadily in both talent and fame. Watching her on screen, you'd never suspect that the actress has dealt with anxiety and panic attacks for much of her life.
It's so bizarre because it's physiological, but it starts in your head.
But it really never goes away, does it?
It never goes away.
Getting thrust into the spotlight only seems to have worsened the issues. During a 2021 appearance on The Today Show, Seyfried opened up about her condition, describing it as feeling like life or death, and something that simply never goes away.
It feels like life or death. That's what a panic attack is, really. Your body just goes into fight or flight.
Being a famous person has also made it difficult for her to connect with others, even though she sees herself as a normal individual. Number 2. Daniel Radcliffe. Becoming one of the world's biggest actors at the age of 12 can be incredibly overwhelming. Daniel Radcliffe knows this all too well.
Particularly with super rich upper class people who will just grab you like you are theirs. And be like, come here, say hello to my friend.
After landing the coveted role of Harry Potter, Radcliffe was thrust into the spotlight at a young age. The immense pressure from the movies led him to turn to alcohol as a coping mechanism.
In my case, the quickest way of forgetting about the fact that you were being watched was to get very drunk, and then as you get very drunk, you become aware that, people are watching more now because now I'm getting very drunk.
Radcliffe admitted that he drank to escape the constant public scrutiny, and this ultimately took a toll on his personal life. He also lamented the loss of normalcy, missing out on simple pleasures like dining out or going to the movies. Nevertheless, he remains grateful for his acting career and views the pressures of fame as a small price to pay.
The thing I'm so lucky about is that I love it and I ultimately love the work, and that's the thing I'll always go back to.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Jeanette McCurdy. For most of the other entries on this list, the pressures of fame have come mostly from strangers in the public, but Jeanette McCurdy's struggles came from a far more familiar source.
Stardom was never your dream. Whose dream was it?
My mom's. I think she wanted me to have a better life than she had, but I also think her approach was very unhealthy.
In her 2022 memoir, I'm Glad My Mum Died, McCurdy candidly discussed the heavy toll being a child star on the Nickelodeon shows iCarly and Sam and Cat took on her life. Much of this came from her overbearing mother.
Felt like a lot of pressure. And then I think my mom saw my career as a way out of that life, of that way of living, of that constant grind.
McCurdy's mum basically manipulated her throughout her life, pushing her into acting and enforcing strict diets to maintain a certain appearance. This caused the actress to develop eating disorders and body image issues. Her memoir became a bestseller and helped shed light on the darker side of child stardom.
Why quit acting?
It was important for my recovery at the time. It represented my mom living vicariously through me. It represented something that my mom wanted that I didn't want.
Would you like to be famous someday? How would you handle the pressure of being in the spotlight? Let us know in the comments below.
You don't have a right to ever feel sad or to not be like excited about the whole thing all the time.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.